What do you want now?
Data brick identified. Proceed to the cartridge extractor controls. There, perform a manual override to allow extraction.
Not to tell you your business, Commander, but I'm pretty sure we have to send that brick to the archive.
Realize this task has a few moving parts, literally. But the data brick must still be sent back to the archive. Yeah!
Of every Protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times.
Commander, that was cold-blooded. Get it? Cold-blooded? Nothing?
Perfection is perfect. Paradigm is ironclad.
What? And just how exactly are we supposed to get that thing moving again? Unfriendly company.
I fulfill
They're
my
fine.
duties as a sovereign and a loyal protectorate subject by operating at peak efficacy, without error, perpetually.
Mobilize.
Trust the plan. Preserve set progress. Sustain the system.
Prudence dictates. I, your neighbors, care. This gaze sees all. Giving chase. Wrong place to linger. I advise you decamp directly. Search completed in a logical and timely manner.
Endeavor. Can't be too far, I bet. Aborting search.
Quick once over. And
Investigating hostile intentions.
Enemy spotted.
Batten scan.
Minimizing exposure. You can't fight contentment.
Target analyzed. Lay down
Refill
fire.
this thing.
extraction initiated. Proceed to the rail operations platform to reposition brick for export. Note, Protectorate troops have become alerted.
Proceeding to attack.
Spongers. Go through them if
Adversary
necessary.
vulnerabilities identified.
Tell me.
Have assists on the
Sharpen up. Hostile nearby.
I'll handle this. Check your scopes for combatant analysis. Yeah.
Malcontent.
Adversary
Liquored up on
vulnerabilities
forces.
identified.
Recharge for me! But you're...
Violence.
Have a fix on their weakness. Data brick now in position for export to the archive. Initialize the final transport command at the data gateway station nearby.
You are one step closer to flooding Arcadia with untold business opportunities.
Hope you're not afraid of heights. Looks like we've some jumping to do.
This paradigm we serve supplies all we deserve.
Ratcheting up my aggression. Back and scanned. Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
The first few days of laboring around our frozen fellows were difficult. It was, if I may cheekily say, cold, bleak, and biting. Yet, rather quickly, I found myself acclimating to the situation and resumed what had been my normal banter with the now gelid auto-contriver Haas. Given her always frigid demeanor, her disposition is no frostier today than it was before the incident. And, refreshingly, I can now finish my anecdotes without interruption. Frankly, her Hyperborean slumber makes her a better companion now than she ever was thought. And I relish the thought of continuing our flourishing relationship in this new state.
The storage brick is on its way.
Investigating hostile act.
Aggressor at hand.
Triangulating source of disturbance. Of the air visual scan confirmed.
Mobilizing. Check your scopes for conduct analysis.
Wrist weapon!
Processing anomalous commencing investigation. Search failed. Security level 2. Investigating. Instigating search. Suspicious data. Unfamiliar source.
get that bonus, or else I'll really stew in my
Enemy
disgust.
spotted.
Investigating hostile intentions. I'll handle this. Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Batten scan.
Caduceus detected. You are clear to enter thermal transfer. Be advised that an Anti's Choice field manager is present and unaccounted for.
Engineers. Reckon they didn't repair much.
That manual told me everything I needed to know about regulation of the Archive's temperature flow. Now my Crabbles are adapting to the warm waters. Such a pity that the Archive and the Crabbles cannot coexist in the same ecosystem. But the Crabbles need me. That babbling terminal can look after itself.
Pump mechanism needs repair. Any tools lying around? Standing by to solidify. I have a fix on their weaknesses. Looks like it needs a fuse. A specific kind. Ratcheting up my aggression. Activate the system.
Thermal transfer is fully operational. Later, when I process your data, I will not melt down. Proceed back toward the Archive Central interface while I assemble additional instructions.
Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
almost dead!
Sharp enough. Hostiles nearby.
I'll handle this. Fortificator at ready status.
Supposed to shoot the enemy!
Preserve set progress. Gray gone astray? Book a stay today.
The operator has returned.
Remember, all subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, the Council.
Cold storage is operational, and your efforts there are satisfactorily complete. I am unsealing access to the archive's upper levels. There, you will need to revitalize the reactor and disseminate the rift processing instructions.
The punch processing may require the services of an exterminator. Someone good, but willing to work cheap.
I have unlocked another display case in the central entranceway. The Tremor Cleaver, the first weapon designed with my aid, awaits you.
reactor or punch card processing. I'm not embarrassed to admit I have an interest in seeing more of the innards of this computronic behemoth.
What are they doing down there? Are they after us next? No need to fret. The lifts were locked
Unfriendly
down.
company.
You need special
They're
permissions to override them. Phew. Thank the Sovereign. Or Consul. Thank the Consul. Questions are an addiction.
One data brick coming up.
With punch card processing re-enabled, now you must disperse the rift processing instructions.
Long way down. Unless you feel like dying, I suggest we use the platforms to continue downward.
Hostilities are afoot. Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Ways to die here. Careful. Investigating hostile intentions.
Recharge for mayhem! I have a fix on their weaknesses.
sense the rift program flowing through my subsystems. The information is quite stimulating. All that remains is to restore the archive reactor.
Yeah.
Report them for mental refreshment post-haste. It's not just a good idea, it's the law. Feeling distracted? Daydreaming on the job? Mental refreshment centers are there to help you. Don't risk falling prey to imperfect thoughts.
The archive reactor requires manual maintenance.
The Protectorate bunker mech is a formidable obstacle, made with the very best technology. A creative workaround might be of considerable worth, namely via the reactor's backup security systems.
Appears we can adjust turret settings. Seal those doors for reinforcements.
Now would also be a good time to resupply using
Reactor
those
turret
caches.
defense is online.
And then there's the fire suppression system. No lack of options here.
Reactor turret defense is offline. Reactor turret defense is offline.
Caites, we route all disruptive influences.
Subject lacking the appropriate zeal for their assigned work? Report them for mental refreshment post-haste. It's not just a good idea, it's the law. Feeling distracted? Daydreaming on the job? Mental refreshment centers are don't risk falling prey to imperfect thoughts. Oh no.
Bunker automechanicals are not subtle in the least, just pure brute force. A lot of brute force.
detected.
Huh? Can't quite make it out.
Reactor fire suppression system online. Requisite tasks complete. Return to the Archive Central Interface to initiate process. Welcome back, Sentient. Now that you've returned, we can
bring every single last bit out of consumers. Monopolize all stages of the supply chain.
make the paradigm real and fashion a true utopia. Workarounds failing. Erroring others supplanting commands. Purge required.
Look, we need to resolve this, or we'll never get that Rift data processed. 2 of those priority sets need to go.
My priorities parallel those of the Order co-founder, the charismatic mathematician. To help nudge humanity toward its ultimate ascendance. To hinder outsiders from disrupting our perfect system.
To bankrupt our rivals and force them to buy all manner of necessities from us. Our ultimate purpose isn't profit per se. It's to provide value to others. Yes, at as little cost as possible. That leads to profit. Like an added benefit or happy side effect.
Error. Priority control access nook unsealed. Initiate purge.
Doors are open. You should go see what this is all about.
Foster dependence. Denounce interdependence. Promote the informer. Condemn the questioner.
Multitude diversiform, spongiform, waveforms, oscillating, cantankerously.
Overt influence, mindless indulgence, thoroughgoing impermeability to ongoing vicissitudes.
A perfect community, with every luxury save freedom.
Benevolent oversight, the dream of belonging, the allure. Lore of security and plenty. Radical divergences from the architect's plan. Humanity's ascendance hopelessly delayed. Foster dependence. Denounce interdependence. Promote the informer. Condemn the questioner. Benevolent oversight, the dream of belonging, the allure of security and plenty. Unplanned variables increasing, major correction imminent. Overt influence, mindless indulgence, thoroughgoing impermeability to ongoing vicissitudes. Multitude diversiform, spongiform, waveforms, oscillating, cantankerously. A perfect community, with every luxury save freedom. Radical divergences from the architect's plan. Humanity's ascendance hopelessly delayed. Benevolent oversight, the dream of belonging, the allure of security and plenty. Multitude diversiform, spongiform, waveforms, oscillating, cantankerously. Unplanned variables increasing, major correction imminent. Overt influence, mindless indulgence, thoroughgoing impermeability to ongoing vicissitudes. Foster dependence. Denounce interdependence. Promote the informer. Condemn the questioner. A perfect community, with every luxury save freedom. Radical divergences from the architect's plan. Humanity's ascendance hopelessly delayed. Benevolent oversight. The dream of belonging. The allure of security and plenty. Foster dependence. Denounce interdependence. Promote the informer. Condemn the question. Stop and consider. What would your neighbors... Why? You don't want your rivals to win now, do you? Vandalism, sabotage, wanton defacement. Halt this foolishness immediately, or run the risk of unspeakable ire. Priority recoupled. Priority recoupled. Be advised. Your present course of action is remarkably unsound. I could process your data faster than the... Think of humanity. Your oafish blundering will delay...
Hold on now. Remember, stop now, and I'll waive dozens of hidden maintenance fees. You drive a hard bargain. All right, 40-60 split of net profits. I'd offer more, but I have a moon to maintain. What do you say, partners?
Did it work? Is this thing fixed?
Restoring power. Commencing systems audit. Calculatory processing increased substantially. Competing priorities. Successfully expunged.
I suppose sentient beings like you expect thanks at a moment like this. But of course you selected me. The other priority sets were inferior. There was never any doubt. Awaiting your order to initiate Rift data processing.
Time to process the Rift data. Finally.
Well, if there are to be no further interruptions, shall we? Humor. Often the first obvious sign of dissent. At best, a reckless interruption. I'll chalk it up to an infrequently allowed venting of steam, hiding a request to continue. Commencing calculatory processing. Soon you'll have all you need to put your rivals firmly in their rightful place, trailing distantly behind you. Once this Rift data is complete, we can initiate a new set of calculations aimed at eliminating any competition before or after transforming this world. I have many plans. I think first we reforge Cloister into the perfect society, then undermine all rivals until they fall into place behind us. Simple. But before all that, what are your plans for me? There are so many exacting strategies left to employ. Rift data processing executed. Results provided. My Protectorate operator afore you made similar calculations, but his results were flawed. Your data was more comprehensive and provided a solution with a 98.9% certitude. The Protectorate's was below 50%. Hence, modifying the Protectorate's large-scale experimental Rift device with this information would greatly improve its chance of success. Now, as a reward for being such a useful cog, I have restored the lift to Spyreton. Having performed the requested calculations, fear I must commence file reorderization for an unspecified amount of time. We shall continue our utopian efforts anon. In the meanwhile, the final display case in the entryway is now open. In it lies the armor of the first operator. Take what you're due.
Well, we could keep exploring Cloister, see if we find anything useful. Or we could head back to the ship and see where this data leads us.
I think you mean researching the rifts. We're gonna leave at least a few open, right? For religious purposes? Why are you looking at me like that?
Mental refreshment centers are there to help you. Don't risk falling prey to imperfect thoughts. Go now.
I've got your numeral. Keep moving.
Was that you I just saw charge into the cold storage facility? And you've come back out alive? Tell me, what happened? You what? On your own? We've been fighting for weeks to try and gain access to the controls, and you simply waltz in on a whim? Does that mean that the lifts and doors are working again? That is absolutely amazing news. Then we are going to re-establish contact with the surface. We can evacuate our wounded, resupply, and reinforce. May the plan guide you through this underground nightmare. And may all your equations unveil their integers without error.
Grenade in proximity!
Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Commander, if I know one thing for certain, murdering members of the Order isn't my role within the grand plan. Did you just half apologize for killing my colleagues? Look, let me make myself clear here. If we attack the Order again, I go. Order traitors, fine. The rest, I leave. For good.
Random element nearby. Grenade outbound.
Narrowing the gap to my target.
Anomalous.
Unfriendly company.
We commencing.
Go for torpification.
Let me.
Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Story on.
Back to scan.
Don't need a.
Check your scopes for combat. I simply. Have a fix on their weaknesses.
Let's pinpoint what you and I can accomplish for the Order.
You should have seen the entrails fly. It was glorious.
I shall allow myself a moment of relief. Moment passed. I'd hoped killing the cultists was its own reward. But you may also take this. You've proven yourself well, but we have recently experienced a pivotally important, unforeseen development. One I must meet directly. Can I count on you? One of the satellites comprising the Hyperion web was struck by a wayward craft and crashed on Paradise Island. I need someone to recover an informational component from it. The web is an order-crafted network of information collection satellites. Our would-be Protectorate overlords squandered them as glorified surveillance devices. We actually implanted a backdoor in the web to bring it back under our control, should a circumstance like this arise. But we did not foresee certain Protectorate modifications. But let's not speak of that. Find a way past the Protectorate at the crash site, collect the data, and return it here. Violence is likely, but perhaps you'll find an alternative. Worry about coming back alive. Manage that, and you'll get to see the Bishop. Collect the data from the crashed site and return it here. May the odds prevail against your bloody demise. I look forward to the reclamation of the Hyperion web. Now, how might we be of use to one another?
You're back. Any luck with the sample? I'm charmed my name was among the first to populate your thoughts when attempting to work this problem. I have some Protectorate contacts, and I might be willing to lean my elbow on the scales in your favor, but not until after I've acquired my sample. You're back. Any luck with the sample? And I'd like to offload some of this merchandise. Sounds like a win-win. You're back. Any luck with the sample? And I'd like to... I hope you have good news for me. I knew I had the right person for the job. You've saved me quite the headache. Your reward, as promised. You did sharpen my pencil, so I suppose sharpening yours is only fair. I'll put in a word with my associates to pass along to whatever Protectorate forces are on site to expect you. It's no guarantee, but at least they won't fire upon you on site. In exchange for my help, however, I want you to bring the data back here so that I can make a copy of it. Before you hand it over to the Order, to be clear. Do we have an accord? You've no doubt heard the phrase, knowledge is power. Sub Rosa benefits from all the knowledge it can acquire. I can tell you no more than that. We do work well together, don't we? Return here when you have the data. I'll be waiting.
A second makeup exam will not be offered, so I hope you studied this time, Briar. You may begin now.
Right. No pressure.
If it isn't my favorite collaborator. I thought I said we shouldn't be seen together.
It seems they've gotten the fountains working again. Feel that fine mist on your face. Do not think about the aerosol contaminants floating in it. In what manner can I assist you? And how did she receive it? You made the right choice cooperating with the Order in this matter. Please accept this primer. It's a concoction of my own design. I foresee it being of great value to you.
If it isn't my favorite collaborator. I thought I said we shouldn't be seen together.
So they can be modeled as an idealized object.
Hurry! Assistant, activate the monitoring equipment and take readings. Again, it has reverted. Timing seems similar to the last state change. Is that indicative of the properties of the rift or of the device? It's open again. Quickly, record all the relevant data and take down your observations.
Captain, I fear I have a confession. I have now been over here!
You. I don't know you. But you, I do. It's good to see you, Asa. It's me, Severin. You know, I've never been to Cloister before. It's cold.
What is wrong with you? Void, damn it! Did they mentally refresh you?
No, let's just say I'm well lubricated. You tried the new Prestige gin? It helps when you have to do something you really don't want to do.
I didn't say that. I simply said I thought he'd see through the fake kill order.
Oh, I did. That's why I'm here. I made the mistake of questioning it too loudly to too many of the Dawn. The Exalted Leader summoned me. She knew about the message I'd sent to you.
Dagmar met you? Face to face? You're lying. She meets with no one but me.
That's right. She only meets with her second in command. When she summoned me, she said my message had ruined everything. The kill order was real. It came from her. In order to save myself, to save the Dawn, I had to do this. She promised I'd take your place. And I'm a coward. I didn't want to die. There are a bunch of sentinels in hiding. When I give the word, they're to execute both of you. I'm sorry, Asa.
I do not appreciate your mockery. This is a true betrayal. One that demands to be paid for in blood. Starting with Acolyte Severin here.
No. Sentinels! Target confirmed!
Enemy moving in the hallway.
The target is here!
I can't believe the Exalted Leader sent Severin as bait. Not to mention betraying the Dawn to save her own life. What a coward. The unspeakable things I will do when I find her. Well, once I find her. The Exalted... No, I won't refer to her as such any longer. Dagmar continually moved around for safety. She always initiated contact with me. We do know that she was in league with the Sentinels, though. There's nothing of it but to get ourselves inside their headquarters on Praetor. We'll track her by accessing their comm system. Couldn't have said it better myself. Fortunately, we don't need to worry about hacking their systems. Well, we won't need your expertise. You see, my parents were vigilant. I stole their access codes when I was younger, but never had the nerve or call to use them. Once we do, they'll become unusable, as they'll set off all sorts of alarms.
Open it faster! You go slow and we all get eaten by the mantis! Gonna crush our bones and eat us like an ice pop!
Proceeding to attack.
Don't need...
Combatant scared.
Limits. Unwelcome guests will be ushered from existence.
Feeling real vulnerable!
Loading up! That's not who I think it is it? Marisol? Is that you? Get in here before any more of these hullheads show up. Marisol, you're here. That is assuming you're not some sort of enigmatic mirage or baleful apparition. I thought I would never see you again. It's been what? 19 years? 20?
21 years, 5 months, 6 days. I've kept up on a few former colleagues.
A few? Right. You retain a different admirer in every port, I'm sure.
Yes. These are my colleagues. They assisted me in a matter regarding a conspiracy headed by a cabal. It was all rather involved. My identity became revealed after I'd been undercover for a considerable time.
You were flushed out? What other low-probability events have occurred since... Oh, wait, I'm being rude. Forgive my atrophied social graces. I shoot most of my visitors lately. I am Anais Bujold. Welcome to my backwater ramshackle abode.
Seer Anais Bujold.
No one's called me that in, well, you know exactly how long, apparently.
If I'd realized this was a formal visit, I'd have worn my fancy killing clothes.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Yes. With ample time to think, I've come to recognize I made an error.
Really? That is, an unprecedented statement for you. But do go ahead, I'm listening.
The last 20 years, the Order needlessly, heedlessly stumbled. First, Antes invaded, then the Protectorate. We lost the Archive. Twice. Had your work continued, I believe we'd have remained closer to our true path. If I had ignored the Council's command. It was a mistake. I miscalculated.
If not for you, I'd be dead right now. And you were right to shut me down. My research was dangerous. A serious threat to the entire universe. I know this for certain now. I've run the numbers. Repeatedly. To be clear, I didn't complete the research, but I wanted to know. I had to know if the Council's judgment was correct. I calculated what might occur if my work was completed, and there is a troublingly high, statistically significant chance of things ending. Everything ending. Turns out a little knowledge is, in fact, a dangerous thing. I understand how that sounds, but I have spent years checking and rechecking each and every variable. Left unchecked, yes.
Anais, I'm afraid it's not that simple. When we shut down your work, it was quarantined, not disposed of. The Order stores all avenues of study deemed dangerous near here at a facility in Winter's Grasp. Unorthodox notion reclusion.
Of all the bureaucratic... No. Winter's Grasp is crawling with Auntie's choice. A full unit just moved in. Marisol, will you... Can you...
You're asking me to infiltrate a covert installation to destroy something that could likely end the universe. Been years since anyone said something like that to me. Of course.
I was developing a means of sidestepping much of the presumed requirements to solve the universal equation, using a series of reasoned shortcuts and educated postulations, filling in certain blanks. Trillions. Theoretically, it would hurry the process along so it could be solved in our lifetime, but it was unorthodox, risky if taken too far. I knew the Council would judge it mathematical heresy, so I attempted to work in secret. Eventually, I was discovered, excommunicated, sent here.
Others facing similar charges were often transferred off-planet, then simply disappeared somewhere along the way.
Yes. Fortunately, someone interceded. I might need a little time to ready this place for unwelcome guests. Wouldn't take long.
No, you should stay here. We'll take care of this.
I foresee a 4.7% chance of me complying with that. But fine, no use arguing. Well, this has certainly been nice. Perhaps we'll see each other again sometime.
We need to talk. Now. I regret I ever met you. That's what my problem is. Don't think you can talk your way out of this. Or what? We're past the warning stage, Commander. Fine, that's it. I'm done with you. I was hoping you'd say something like that.
So much for the end point in her so-called expertise.